Meghan feels unwelcome in Britain because nasty British racists are targeting her. Will there be any way for Meghan as she plans to return to visit the British royal family? Join me to find out and go deeper into the story. And welcome to my channel. Recently, Meghan's effort to return to England have become increasingly apparent. But trying to return is completely meaningless to Meghan because of what she has done to England and the British royal family. Nasty racists in the UK also targeted her, and perhaps Meghan felt nervous about returning here. She doesn't feel safe attending her husband's work thing? That has nothing to do with her? In a country she trashed and blamed for all her misfortunes? She may not feel the need to coddle anyone, but others are not. We all know she believes she's in a league all on her own and mere mortals should kowtow to her every whim. Can she stay in the UK? She claims to be American. I say the mothership dropped her off on their way to a better place, and now all she gets is no longer in service messages or please check the number and dial again. She also must shut up if she thinks it's okay to take away our right to freedom of speech. Let's start with the titled family. Who does she think she is, demanding special privilege for having nothing but a defunct title in the land that fought to get out from under the monarchy? If you want to be the rebel royals in a rebel country, you must denounce the titles. They are like a sixth toe, ugly, and your life may be better without it. Now I know the Brits, fun-loving people who have all the difficulties others have faced. Brits just want you to stay in America with the little so you can feel loved in Montecito, California, with your security in that exclusive community to keep you safe. Why go where you hate everyone anyway? The plane, the book, the video, the mini-series? Does any of it ring a bell, or are recollections varying? Poor Harry and Meghan. It's the sloth and hair I tell you that you need to start with in your self-improvement journey. Tiny steps. The very same country that welcomed her gave her the wedding others can only fantasize about. Makes me angry that Harry permitted this, although I do realize he's in the grip of a narcissist. It shouldn't have progressed this far. In the beginning, she had support, but there were a minority of racist people that I believe served time in jail for personal attacks against her. It happens. You are never going to have 100% support. This is manipulation to control the narrative. She knows why she's not liked. It all started with a curtsy. After that, people just started pulling apart everything she has said and done. The fact that they found things then only made her more and more disbelieved. She fears the UK because of her own actions. But I mean, it's not just in England that she gets hate. She got booed and mocked hard in Canada, and that was before celebs or media or sugars bullied Catherine into announcing her cancer diagnosis, Rachel. If Harry wants to bring the Sussex PR circus to the UK, then he can go do it alone like a big boy, free from the claw, and you can simply send in a pre-recorded word salad cringe fest video. Number 1. You are both lazy, unpopular, financial liabilities that haven't served Commonwealth taxpayers in almost half a decade. Number 2. The UK has far better things to spend public funding on during an economic crisis brought on by the pandemic and costly wars, and no, I'm not talking about your dumb internationally protected person's lawsuits. And I feel like by safety, she means more than just physical safety. She wants emotional safety. That is to feel wanted and warmly welcomed. Pure speculation, but maybe by saying she's anxious, she's hoping people will take a step back and not boo her. Not that I have any sympathy, and I was born with a chronic anxiety disorder. You can't slam a whole country and family and then try to use mental health as a means to escape the consequences. We all have stressful family situations. It doesn't mean people you hurt automatically owe you kindness. Once again, as usual, she is milking a possible UK trip for as much drama and attention as possible. But I don't think they're treated like they're royal. They're treated like somebody important. Celebrities. An entirely different ball of wax. And they know it, but they're so desperate at this juncture they'll take anything. I hope when Meghan returns to the UK, she won't come up with another bad PR stunt. Even though she's done it a lot before, or she'll hire that young Instagram fan with the glasses to stand out in the crowd and hug her, as she did at the Sandringham Christmas Walk in 2018, or on the tour while in New Zealand, and in Germany too, and the Windsor walkabout after the Queen died. It is a disgrace, and Meghan's disdain for the Queen. How despicable! And what's more remarkable is that she devised all sorts of tricks to manipulate Harry and prevent her children from getting close to the royal family. It's also a way for Harry to keep guilting and punishing his father by not bringing the kids to see their grandfather despite his being so unwell. They hold those kids over his dad's head, and they use those kids to make him feel guilty for not paying their security, but also for not bending to their will, and for Harry, probably because he guilts his father for marrying Camilla. I read somewhere that Catherine and William asked them to bring the children, and I kind of believe they did make the request. I don't think it's to make up with Harry and Meghan. I think it's more of a case that they are probably aware of Charles's sadness about Harry and those two kids, and knowing he is unwell, that he probably wants to get to see and know them. Remember how Charles wanted to send Lilibeth a big playhouse replica that his mother had as a child, and that all the royal kids had used to play in when they were little, and is still used by the Queen's great-grandchildren, and Harry refused and said no. No, that was another story from Little Miss Lily. That was never going to happen. That is Elizabeth's and Margaret's present from the people of Wales. It is practically a real house, and it sure will never go anywhere. If Charles ever thought of such a thing, not that he ever would, Meghan would crawl over broken glass and Harry's broken dreams to get it. And they probably know those kids are so isolated from family and isolated in general, that these kids don't have a normal life. These kids don't know that they have a whole family in the UK who probably care for them regardless of what their parents have done. Harry's locked in. Meghan's got control of his children on one hand and has escorted him through the complete alienation of his family on the other. He has nowhere to go. Enthrallment and entrapment often go hand in hand. Things must be bad if Harry is resorting to finding work in the UK. I bet he hates how little attention he gets here in the US. The fact that he can walk down any street and no one would bother him bothers him. What about the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games? This little anniversary ceremony is unnecessary and is an excuse for him to be annoying by hanging around where no one wants him. It's a major guilt-tripping opportunity for him, a chance to get papped, to feel the familiar throng of the Rhoda and their photogs, and whine about how unsafe he feels. He's just being a pest with this event. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, and it's not wanted nor needed. All these silly non-Invictus events are ridiculous. 1 year to go. Why do they need to shell out money for an event in anticipation for the very worthy event? It's a total waste of donor funds. To commemorate the 10th anniversary, they could put together a moving video of the past 10 years of actual Invictus Games and share it with the world. End off. I would never donate to this organization just because they spend money like this so Harry and Meghan can swan around. Now, back to the main topic for a moment because I want to say this. Racism is awful, but nobody should be imprisoned for having unpleasant opinions. It's a slippery slope. I hope nobody was imprisoned for saying racist things about her. The public shaming they would get would be punishment enough. And 44-year-old feminist continues crying and moaning. This is what makes her so damn unlikable. Most people, when they turn 40, are smart enough to not give a damn about what others think about them. They get on with life, but this lunatic is so obsessed with her beige, bland narrative. How long is her ridiculous drama going to continue? I guess when the money runs out, then it's going to be a dumpster fire. I wonder how much longer her ridiculous drama will continue. Oversensitive people like her take others' dislike as a personal attack. I know, because I can get that with certain people whose opinion I care about. Markle, however, takes this way over the top and views others' dislike of her as a physical threat, and with everyone, not just people whose opinion she values. She requires everyone to fall head over heels in love with her. Otherwise, you're a security problem. It really is a mental sickness. Reflecting on the issues we have just discussed, I believe it opens up many fascinating perspectives and deepens our understanding. Your opinions are extremely valuable as they enrich our discussions and help us approach topics from many different angles. So, do you like the topic I brought you today? If so, type OK. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But please leave me a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and share this video, because your support is a strong motivation for us to continue to improve and provide deeper content. Thank you, and I look forward to our next meeting. Take care.